What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kale coming to you with another game analysis. This time I'm gonna be talking about game three that just finished up between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference semifinals. They met the finals last year, Eastern Conference finals last year. But Cleveland gets the 115-94 victory over the Raptors in the sixth to take a 3-0 lead in their best of seven matchup. It was basically a tale of two halves. Toronto really came out strong in the first half. They had a body on James. They looked like, and then they were able to slow other guys down. Kyrie Irving was good tonight. Second half, James came alive. He came alive, and I'll take that back. He had 15 to 16 in the first half. He didn't come alive, but he had more of an effect on the game in the second half. And Toronto's defense just folded, especially in the fourth quarter. He couldn't stop anything in the fourth quarter with Cleveland. LeBron again doing LeBron things, man. And Toronto had a good first half. They had a good first half. They led 52-49 at halftime. DeRozan found his stroke. Finished the game with 37 points. Really good efficient shooting as well. But obviously the big story, Kyle Lowry, who was a game time decision with a sprained ankle they suffered in game two. A lot of people thought he was going to play. The thing coming into the game, he was going to start, but we thought he was going to play. But Dwayne Casey chooses not to play Lowry tonight, and I think that might have kind of cost him in this game. I'm not saying that Kyle. I'm really not trying to say that Kyle Lowry not playing cost Toronto in this game, but they could have used him. I say that they could have used him. They could have used at least the threat of Lowry coming off the bench. Yeah, I definitely think Lowry's presence was missed with Toronto, even though DeRozan came out hot. He still didn't have that other guy really step up for him tonight. Valanciunas had another good game, but he had some of his points in garbage time, so really, but still a good game for him. No good efficient shooting night for him, as he was put back into the starting lineup by Casey tonight. But again, still to no avail. In the second half, especially, not much out of. First, it was just a story of two halves. The first half was really all Toronto. They controlled the first half, and then they kind of controlled. Well, it was kind of even in the third quarter, and then Cleveland just overpowered Toronto offensively and defensively in the fourth quarter. It was just they just beat them up. They just beat them up in the fourth quarter. Cleveland played like Cleveland could. Cleveland played like Cleveland offensively and defensively in the fourth quarter when they needed to. That's why they're a championship team. That's why they're a championship caliber team, I should say. Just looking at some stats here, James finishes with 35 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Again, real efficient shooting, 9 of 16 from the field, 56%. But what I really think made the difference for LeBron tonight, 15 of 16 from the free throw line. James is terrible. Let me quote Charles Barkley. Terrible free throw shooter. I mean, he shot. I think James is shooting 66%. Well, coming into the game, James shot 66% from the free throw line. And I think he's in the playoffs, and then he shot. I think he was shooting 50% in this series in the first couple games, but 15 and 16. That's superstar level of foul shooting. You know, that's James Harden foul shooting. That's Kawhi Leonard foul shooting. That's Steph Curry foul shooting. You know, that's the type of foul shooting you got to have out of your superstar, especially when we consider LeBron not only the superstar of the Cavaliers, but probably the best player in the league. Yeah, that was really huge tonight from LeBron, man. If he can keep shooting free throws like that, then I don't even think Golden State has a shot of beating Cleveland if LeBron can shoot that like that from the free throw line. I mean, they can win a couple games, but if LeBron James is attacking and he's very offensively efficient like he was tonight, and he gets other guys involved as well. I mean, like I said, Golden State can win maybe a couple games, but I think Cleveland can repeat if we could get more performances like this out of LeBron James. Love with another playoff double, 16 points, 13 rebounds. Again, a legit Kevin Love type night. You know, since he's joined the Cavaliers, I think he's averaged like 16 points and like 9 and 10, 8 or 9 rebounds, 9, 10 rebounds. You never know, but yeah. Another good night. Another good night for Love. Irvin had 16 and 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He only shot 7 of 21 from the line. It's gonna be from the field tonight. He was good in the first half, but he kind of fell off in the second half. But again, that's where LeBron picked it up, and then Kyle Korver as well picked it up. Kyle Korver with 14 points off the bench, 4 of 6 from 3-point range. That's why they bought him there, for the extra 3-point shooting to keep up with the Golden State. And Korver's had a lot of games for Cleveland like that since he's joined Cleveland. And he'll prove to be probably just as important as Ray Allen was to the Heat championship teams when he came down from Boston. Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, the other starters for Cleveland, had 9 points each. Thompson grabbed 12 rebounds as well. So pretty efficient game for both of them. Not going to give you much scoring, but the scoring that they give proves vital. And then especially Tristan Thompson with those rebounds as well. Again, out hustling the opposition. The opposing center or forward, whatever you want to call him. Thompson, like I said, he's got almost got limitless energy, especially when it comes to the boards. I mean, before I get to Toronto stat line, before I do that, it's crazy. Another crazy stat in this game: Cleveland had 16 turnovers. Toronto only had 4, and yet Cleveland still wins by 21. Like, what do you do? I mean, LeBron James had 5 turnovers by himself, and I'm sorry. I think Toronto had 5 turnovers, 5 or 6 maybe. But yeah, still, LeBron had 5 by himself, and I mean, you win the turnover margin by what? +10, and you still lose by 21. Jeez. All right, again on to Toronto stat line. Again, not much. Except from not much outside of DeRozan and Valanciunas. DeRozan with 37. Again, he shot pretty good from the field, 12 of 23. Joseph started in place of Lowry. He only scored 4 points. And he was 2 of 12 shooting too. That was a bad free shooting night. But he did add 6 assists. Again, Valanciunas had 19. 8 of 10 shooting, you couldn't ask for much better. 8 rebounds, but again, some of those did come in garbage time as well. Serge Ibaka, not the effect that I thought he would have. 12 points, 6 of 14 shooting, 2 rebounds. gotta have more rebounds when when you're a forward like that. When you're spending all that time in the paint defensively anyway, you gotta have more rebounds than two. And then Powell had 13 for Toronto as well. But again, Toronto really missed the presence of Lowry in this game. We'll see what happens. Game 4 is Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday, and then Toronto's playing for their playoff lives, man. Playing for their playoff lives. Cleveland beat Toronto in 6 last year to get to the NBA Finals. Now, Cleveland will look for the sweep of Toronto in 4 games to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron James, his 10th straight playoff road victory? Or victory total? It doesn't matter. Again, just the greatness of LeBron James. He's one of a kind, man. One of a kind. I'm not saying he's on his way to being the greatest of all time, because I mean, even me being a late '90s kid, wasn't a late '90s kid. I was born in '91, so I don't really remember too much of Jordan's championship run in a championship run in three-peat in '91 through '93. But I do remember. I think I got into him late. I got into him in the '97, '98 championship years, and then the years with the Wizards. But yeah, obviously thanks to YouTube, I seen all those other clips. But yeah, I mean LeBron. I give him the greatest power forward, not power forward, the greatest small forward of all time, greatest 3 of all time. But Jordan, as far as the greatest ever, nah. LeBron, not even close. But anyway, that's going to conclude this video. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe and share. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this game. Let me know what you think about the series down below. And if you watch this video, I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. I'll see you in the next video.